But as we promised you off the top, we are going to start with Jeff Metcalf because Jeff knows more than anybody else would know about Diana Taurasi here in the Valley and here in the state. He's covered Lady Di through the years. As she walks away, DT no longer part of the Mercury announcing her retirement. Were you surprised by this?
No, no, not surprised. Maybe a little bit by the timing, because they had a press conference introducing Alyssa Thomas today, one of their new acquisitions through a trade, and then an hour later, the Taurasi news came out. So the timing a little bit, but not the end result, because ever since the end of last season, this felt like this was the right time for her to do this. And I saw her actually in December. I was at a triathlon that my son was doing, and she was doing a team portion of the triathlon with a couple of other people.
Mm.
And so I talked to her then, and I said, "Have you made your mind up?" Almost, that sort of thing. But it's pretty clear to me up through Christmas that this is what was going to happen, and it was just kind of a matter of how they're going to work the timing out on an announcement.
You've covered sports, Jeff, for many, many years, and you've seen a lot of great athletes. Where would you put Diana Taurasi?
Brad, I think the thing that tops it all off for me is that she played her entire career here. She was like Larry Fitzgerald, and that takes it to a higher level for me. So you not only have all these incredible accomplishments, the WNBA progressed to where it is now, sort of the handoff to the Caitlin Clark era and the people that are coming after that. But I think just having done it all here elevates it for me
Mm.
to where if I was going to say what other Arizona athletes really resonate that much with me, it would probably be Larry. And maybe that's it, really. I don't know what you would think about that, but again, with the full career and the achievements both, that's kind of how I see it.
Jeff Metcalf with us for a few minutes. Always good to catch up with Jeff, the insides, someone who covered sports in the Valley and across the state and around the world with Olympics and that for many, many years with the Arizona Republic. And contributes occasionally to Sports 360, which we do appreciate. Was she easy to deal with, or was it a moody star athlete? Stars can be somewhat difficult at times. Jeff, you were there here in the States and abroad at Olympic Games. What was it like covering her?
I think it was a joy, to be honest with you. I mean, you never knew what was going to come out of her mouth. And now in this post basketball era, I'm going to be very interested to see what she goes into, whether it's broadcasting. I think she'd be an incredible podcast with Sue Bird, the two of them. They did one of those during COVID, and it still resonates in my mind as being one of the best things during that god awful COVID period is watching those two. And then if you mix Megan Rapinoe in with it, quite a trio those women are. I just think she's very wide open. You just don't know what she's going to say, but I never found her difficult to deal with. I think officials found her difficult to deal with. you know, Maybe there was some internal other things that you wouldn't see that went on in the locker room, but I just think she loved what she was doing so much that won out over everything else. And that's how it always came across to me. So I just think this is a good time for both parties, really, because the Mercury can turn the page. They've already done a really good job in free agency. At first, I thought this was a little weird today with the Thomas thing and the Taurasi thing on the same day. But now the more I think about it, the more I think is I kind of like the symbiotic relationship of that, like the end of one and moving on to the next. I kind of like that connection, to be honest with you.
Great insights from Jeff Metcalf. He has mentioned a couple of times about how the Mercury have turned the page. LAF goodbye now with that side of the story.